if you just focus on revenue, you forget clients. But if you focus on clients or the market or the number of stores at that side, तो revenue खुद ब खुद आ जाता है. So I was always intrigued with how these billion-dollar companies are running their business. I went to Paritosh Pathak, who trained me on how to network like a pro. And that kind of opened a new personality in me. There was 2.0 Keval Kishan being created, where he shared three interesting concepts. I think one thing which worked for me was understanding the customer and talking in the language which they can connect with their day-to-day life.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Killer Sales Engine podcast. My name is Om Janikaram, and this is the show where we talk about everything related to sales, what's the ugly truths, and what's really working in the Indian industry. Today, my guest is Keval Kishan. He is the founder of AutomateBusiness.com, which is something that we're going to be talking about really in depth and is helping a lot of MSME businesses out there to take their game to the next level. So without further ado, let's welcome Keval Kishan.
Welcome to the Killer Sales Engine podcast with Om Janikaram.
Hi, Keval. Nice to have you on the show. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you, AJ. It's always a pleasure talking to you. And I'm really excited for the conversation because sales is that one topic which is really near my heart. And entrepreneurs always shy away from selling. But I feel if you don't sell, how will you grow your business? Because everything in the company is being run by revenue. So you need money to grow business.
Exactly. And this is the sort of like a taboo topic that a lot of people try to shy away from because numbers are sometimes sensitive, or maybe people are not doing too well. They don't want to talk about it. But here on the Killer Sales Engine, the people I've been speaking to have been really pulling the curtain back and talking about the real hard truth of what it really takes. And this show, I'm sure, is going to be a real eye opener for aspiring business owners, coaches, marketing and sales professionals to really understand that this is a long game. And if you want to succeed, you got to get your sales engine right and you got to do the right tactics and processes. Great. Let's jump right into it. So, Keval, why don't you tell our listeners and viewers a little bit about yourself? How did you get started? Where are you now? What's really rocking with Keval Kishan?
So we are currently based in Gurgaon, Sector 66, and we are serving clientele in around 15 countries. But when I started from Gurgaon, and I used to organize physical trainings for entrepreneurs. So I used to have this course program, 2 days Excel training called Excel with Keval, where we used to invite business owners. We used to book a hotel and train them on pivot table and the graphs and charts and help them kind of understand on how they can use Excel to manage their data. And from there, we shifted to Google Sheets, built some amazing tools around task delegation, sales CRM. And then after that, eventually we built our own SaaS platform, which is similar lines as like Odoo and Zoho. And yeah, it has been an incredible journey. Started as a solopreneur and currently running a team of around, I think, 50 people. And, things have been really scaling right now, and I'm really excited about my life. Yeah.
Amazing. So tell us about Automate Business and how, like you said, that you did all of this, which eventually led to Automate Business. So what was the major pain that you saw in the market and the major pain that maybe you were facing that made you say, man, the industry needs this tool and this is what's missing with the big players and this is what I want to bring into the market?
So I think I recognize the sector and the customer persona rather than just the product, because our solutions currently are mix of team management, sales management, marketing, and HRMS. So I believe the one thing which went really good with me, I could really understand the MSME sector. And I kind of created a customer persona in my mind. Okay, that this is my ideal customer. This is the age bracket, like 30 to 50. Generally male, female as well, having the business around manufacturing and trading. And this is the guy who is always busy in day-to-day operations and want to grow sales, but unable to implement technology because there is no background of it. And this person try to hire some Excel guys and वो आते हैं 6 महीने बाद छोड़ के चले जाते हैं. So and all that data kind of knowledge about the customer I was able to acquire because of my coachings. So जब आप 2 दिन 50 कस्टमर्स के साथ बैठते हो और उन्हें कुछ सिखाते हो, तो they share a lot of challenges. तो टीम मैनेजमेंट में, सेल्स में, कोटेशन मैनुअली बनता है and all that. So I think that was one thing which I could get it कि यार MSME sector is really big. India में it's I think 6 crore MSMEs and globally 30 crore MSMEs की market. And if I start building something credible जो अगर international clients भी use कर पाए तो फिर opportunity is really big. And that was my motivation. And वहीं से हमने एक tagline बनाई that we want to help 1 million MSMEs because I always feel that revenue should not be the target, sales should not be the target. It should be the number of customers or maybe number of locations or maybe number of branches rather than saying I want to achieve this much revenue. Because if you just focus on revenue, you forget clients. But if you focus on clients or the market or the number of stores that side, तो revenue खुद ब खुद आ जाता है. There were few things which I kind of figured out earlier in my career, which have led to this.
Amazing. And what I really love about your product is that it's really catered to India, where WhatsApp is such a big component versus email, where all the other tools are working on email notification and all those things. What I really caught my eye about your tool was that, hey, I'm getting my notifications WhatsApp. When people are updating the tasks, I'm getting the notifications. And this was a real, I think, one of the USPs of your product, apart from the amazing other features, which we'll talk about soon. Great. I mean, huge market, huge necessity, and the target audience who are busy business people who have huge teams, but don't want to micromanage as such, but really need to know what's happening. Automate Business is definitely the go-to tool. So, Cable, let's go behind the man behind the business. Like, who is Cable Kishan? Like, what really inspired you as a young adult, to get into business? Who inspired you? What were some of the learnings that you had along the way that said, I want to do business, or I want to do something that's life changing? Tell us a little bit about the behind the scenes story.
So I think that journey is actually quite interesting, and thank you so much for asking that question. It was not by choice. It was I think it was by like accident, by design, by default. I was actually never interested to start a business, but when I got my first job as a data analyst, I was doing job in Chandigarh IT Park. I'm a computer engineer, so kind of did the interviews and got selected. And the first tool which I was asked to learn in my job was Excel. So that's where I saw यार कि कॉलेज में तो कोडिंग की हुई थी बट एक्सेल तो कुछ नया है इसमें फॉर्मूलाज हैं ग्राफ चार्ट्स हैं एनालिसिस है कॉलेज में कभी वो चीज सिखाई नहीं सो आई एक्चुअली फेल इन लव विद डेटा analysis. That's where I explored the tools like R, Python, SAS. Python though came a little later. But what happened initially in my career, it was a 6 months of probation and 5th month पे company ने टाटा बाय बाय बोल दिया to all the freshers they had hired, including me. And it was their cost cutting because they were not making good profits. So I was kind of shocked कि यार अभी तो मैंने career शुरू किया था. And I thought कि job लग जाएगी, promotion होगी, I'll get married, I'll have kids. और Chandigarh is a good city. और ये क्या हो गया मेरे career में? And I remember for 2-3 weeks I could not believe what happened in my life. But then I said I need to bounce back, and that's where I went on Naukri.com, created a profile called freelancer, and everything which I learned in 5 months, along with my college degree, I added as a freelancer, and I started promoting my profile on LinkedIn and Facebook and all. That's where I got first project from NIIT. They said we have a client Panasonic and they want advanced Excel trainer. So are you a trainer? I was not, but I said yes, I am.
How old were you at that time?
21.
21. Wow,
21,
amazing.
Yeah.
Straight into entrepreneurship at 21. Amazing.
Absolutely. So after 5 months, I kind of took a 3-4 months of break, kind of built my skills, and then initially my parents were not in favor of it. They were against it, but my brother supported that yes, they should try doing business because they were always like, you're an engineer, you should do job. However, to my surprise, I was kind of underestimating my own skills, my own communication. But when I got first project as a freelancer, it was Panasonic. I thought there will be few students जिनको मुझे Excel पे था. It was all managers and senior managers, students from IIM, MDI. They all were already sorted on Excel. But when I went there and I presented 2 days of training, they were blown away. So I got 9.5 rating out of 10, and they gave me Pan India Panasonic contract. For 1 year, I was not short of money. I was getting a lot of batches, and that's where the corporate training kind of career started. But the best part is because I was working with Panasonic and then Maruti Suzuki reached out, ThyssenKrupp, Honda Cars. So I started kind of giving trainings on Excel, PowerPoint. But I used to ask a lot of questions कि क्या क्या डिपार्टमेंट्स हैं, आपकी हायरार्की स्ट्रक्चर क्या है, तो काम कैसे दिया जाता है, दिन का काम कैसे सबमिट करते हैं, how does promotion happen, what are the challenges of your business industry. So I was always intrigued with how these billion-dollar companies are running their business. कि CEO जापान में बैठा है और इंडिया में 10,000 लोग काम कर रहे हैं. तो वो जो इनिशियल मेरा एक बेस बना वर्किंग विद मल्टीनेशनल कंपनीज, that solidified my entire thought process, and kind of consultancy mode came out. And then I was lucky enough कि कुछ MSMEs आए, they said, train us on Excel, build some Excel software or VBA or dashboard for us. And that's where I saw कि यार ये बिल्कुल ही different segment हो. Corporates में तो एक requirement होती है, sign agreement, they are okay for giving annual maintenance contract. SMEs तो like कि आ जाओ सारा काम कर दो और charges will be very less. So that's where I saw यार कि दोनों gap different है, but like this glass, like अगर मैं MNCs को सर्व करूंगा, it'll be just a drop in a glass. But if I'll serve MSMEs, it will be the whole glass, and that will be the real service to the country. So that was my motivation, and that's where I said ki bye bye to corporates. And at that time, I was already earning around 6-7 lakhs a month from corporate trainings, and it takes guts to stop that and shift to another segment, because I knew one thing, that focus is one weapon which entrepreneur always have. And to achieve something really big, you need to say no to something which is currently which you have. So वो मैंने corporate trainings को bye bye बोला, and I started open trainings, open batches, and it took me 2-3 months to kind of bring the revenue in that side. But जैसे ही वो चीज open हुई, then it was limitless, back to back batches and all, and then उसके बाद तो फिर बहुत चीजें हुई. So this was the initial journey.
Wow. So you got that real muscle built from all the rejection and getting out of the job space, and then getting into something which you really love, and it just exploded into the corporate space, and probably you weren't really expecting that to happen, and then you gave it all up to build a name for yourself and to build a brand for yourself as a corporate or a trainer in that sense. And that's really fascinating, and that takes a lot of guts. So kudos to you. And then how did the journey progress to eventually setting up automate business? Because that's a completely different business from training corporates. You said then you started doing these workshops with Excel sheets and doing all of that, and then you got into the huge company that you're doing, and that's no small feat, especially if you're going to be taking on big giants. Like that takes a lot of guts as well. What was that like tipping moment or that aha moment that said, "This is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life"?
I think one thing which I saw was I always focused on scaling the business. Initially in my career, I always wondered how to get clients, how to market, Google ads कैसे run होते हैं, webinar क्या, marketing कैसे, deal कैसे, proposals कैसे. So I always knew कि I can't learn it all by myself. I need to devote myself to coaches and learn from them. So till date, I think I've invested more than 50 lakh rupees on my own coachings and learnings. I went to Paritosh Pathak, who trained me on how to network like a pro. And that kind of opened a new personality in me. There was 2.0 Keval Kishan being created, where he's shared 3 interesting concepts. Was around Kaaba, which was like Chota Admi, Bada Admi. Keval, you're as big as Mukesh Ambani and Narendra Modi. So whenever you're meeting any big guy, open up yourself and discuss things, because you might not get another opportunity. And when you're meeting somebody who might just be a struggler or starting their career, don't feel that they're small, because they might have some ideas and they might have brains better than you. So that kind of opened me that I can meet anybody, I can talk about anything to anyone. And another concept was around judgment, that stop that judgment hat and don't think on what other people think about you. Usually what happens, sales में लोग क्या गलती करते हैं, जैसे आपने प्रपोजल भेज दिया, and then you are wondering कि क्लाइंट ने देखा, कैसा लगा, क्या नहीं लगा, फॉलो अप करूं ना, क्या सोच रहे होंगे वो. बिकॉज ऑफ दैट फॉलो अप ही नहीं करते हो, आप क्लाइंट के पास जाते नहीं हो मिलने के. एंड यू आर काइंड ऑफ, यू हैव दैट फियर कि क्लाइंट क्या सोच रहा होगा, क्या इंप्रेशन जाएगा. एंड दो क्लाइंट वो सेंस कर लेता है कि यार ये ना अंडर कॉन्फिडेंट चैप है, नहीं कुछ कर पाएगा, नहीं कर पाएगा. तो वो एक चैलेंज जो था पर्सनैलिटी में से, वो निकल गया कि बी ओपन अबाउट एनीथिंग, अपफ्रंट मुंह पे बोलो जो है, एंड बी ओपन टू लिसन टू द फीडबैक एज वेल. and run the business with logic, not with emotion. Emotion lao vision pe, mission pe, but business ko business ki taraf. And there was a third thing which was POP, perception of perception ki don't give a damn about what others thinks about you. Just do what you feel is right. And you cannot make everybody happy. And even Russell Brunson has this concept that if your marketing doesn't offend 5-10 people a day, then you're not marketing in a right manner. So after Paritosh, I joined another coaching where I learned about leadership. So that's where I had fear about some seniors, how to manage them, how to give increments, किसी को फायर करना है तो कैसे, हायरिंग में कैसी चीज होनी चाहिए। तो 6 मंथ की वो लीडरशिप की कोचिंग ली मैंने। ऑल्दो बहुत सारी चीजें मुझे पहले पता थी, बट व्हाट हैपेंस जब आप किसी सीनियर एक्सपर्ट जो 20-30 साल से इंडस्ट्री में है, when you learn from them, it kind of solidifies your thoughts and they're able to correct things. And ऑलवेज बिलीव कि यार वो 1% करेक्शन, तो वो 1% करेक्शन ही रिक्वायर्ड होता है, बाकी चीजें तो एंटरप्रेन्योर को सबकॉन्शियसली पता होती हैं। After that, COVID happened, and I made 2 gurus, Russell Brunson, read 3 books of his, crazy guy, next level ideas. And then another guy was Sam Owens. He kind of brought that big picture, big kind of thing out of me कि यार nothing is impossible. Think so big that should not be able to sleep at night. इतना बड़ा मिशन बनाओ कि आप खुद सोचोगे अरे अचीव कैसे होगा। एंड जब बहुत बड़ा मिशन होगा और आप सोच रहे होगे अचीव कैसे होगा, दैट्स वेयर यू विल गो आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स एंड दैट्स वेयर यू विल ऑपरेशनली फिगर आउट कि ऐसा मैं क्या करूं कि अब मैं उस विजन को। तो वो जो सैम ओवेंस की लर्निंग्स थी उसने बिल्कुल दिमाग हिला दिया। एंड देन a new personality came out, and then met a lot of other chaps, Himanshu, Siddharth. So they all kind of polished me as an entrepreneur. So kudos to all the coaches that I have been learning from. Yeah, so this was how kind of I changed my whole personality, and I saw कि instead of loving the revenue, I need to focus on my mission of helping 1 million entrepreneurs. So even if it takes me to change my business model 2-3 times, I will have to do it. But for that, you need to be very smart in terms of cash flow, sales. You need to have the funds to invest in the product. एक अच्छा product बनाने के लिए minimum आपको 50 लाख से 1 करोड़ रुपए चाहिए. And you should have at least 2 years of salaries for your employees. वो जो जर्नी है कि बंद करके फिर से स्टार्ट करना, दैट वाज रियली पेनफुल बट quite interesting as an entrepreneur.
Amazing. That's quite a journey, Cable. I mean, I can really sense that each mentor played such a pivotal role in your transformation that is added up to where you are today, and just fast tracked you to a place where if you had not taken, you'd probably be in as maybe doing something else today, completely different. But the very important thing that I noticed was you were really fixed in on your mission, and that is something which most people don't really come up to. They're like, yeah, I want to make $1 million or $2 billion industry, but you were like, I want to help 1 million MSMEs and businesses, and that's something which it's coming from a place of service rather than selling. And this comes to my next question over here about sales. There is a big difference when it comes to B2C and B, right? And you had the experience of doing both, where you've also done one to many, one to one, to the consumer directly, and you also sold to businesses, and you've also sold automatically through webinars. I mean, you've kind of nailed every single avenue that there is when it comes to selling, right? So I really want to know, like, tell me how is that sort of evolved over the years, and what do you feel is working right now for you?
I think one thing which worked for me was understanding the customer and talking in the language which they can connect with their day-to-day life. I think most salespeople, the mistake they make is they have their own terms, but they talk those words which people can't relate. So like I coined this term called CFO, Chief Follow-up Officer, right? Which people connected, yes, I am a Chief Follow-up Officer here. And then I said, are you doing the firefighting in your business, in your operation? They're like, yeah, we are doing that. And then I said, you go to Goa with your family, but you can't enjoy a beer without checking the phone twice and wondering payment aayi ya nahi aayi. Yeah, this is what happens. So basically, one thing which I did, I stood in front of mirror and I saw myself as my customer. Period. So I saw that Keval, from now on, whatever challenge that you will face in your business, you will just solve that. That's it. And you will talk about that problem only, because if you are facing that problem, at least दुनिया में 10 लाख लोग तो फेस कर रहे होंगे. सो में मैंने दुनिया को क्लाइंट्स को, बट इवेंचुअली आई रियलाइज कि यार ये सब चैलेंजेस तो मुझे भी आते हैं. तो मैं बस अगर अपनी जर्नी के जो रोजमर्रा के चैलेंजेस हैं उन्हीं को अगर प्रेजेंटेशन में डाल दूं, उसी को सेल्स पिच में डाल, तो सामने वाला बिल्कुल रिलेट कर पाए. वो चीज को मैंने एक सेल्स की पिच बना दी. लीड्स मैंने दी टीम को, बट फॉलो अप ही नहीं कर रहे हैं, कॉल ही नहीं कर रहे हैं. लाइक आपकी लीड लीकेज हो रही है, लूजिंग लैक्स एवरी वीक. सो आई थिंक सेल्स में जो लोग गलती करते हैं कि उन्हें लगता है कि कस्टमर है कोई, मतलब दे डोंट अंडरस्टैंड डीपली. एंड जब तक आप खुद में वो एक कस्टमर का पर्सोना नहीं क्रिएट करोगे, तब तक आप रियलाइज नहीं कर पाओगे कि मार्केट में. एंड आई इवन सॉ माय ओन पर्सनालिटी ग्रोइंग अप. पहले मैं एक्सेल यूज करता था, फिर मैं गूगल शीट में आ गया नेचुरली. फिर मैंने SaaS सॉफ्टवेयर यूज, इवन यूज मल्टीपल अदर सॉफ्टवेयर्स. व्हाट्सएप से हम लोग स्लैक में अपग्रेड हो, हमने खुद इंटरनली बहुत ऑटोमेशन की. एंड आई रियलाइज कि इट मींस जो MSME इंडस्ट्री है वो, क्योंकि अगर केवल अपग्रेड कर रहा है तो बाकी लोग भी अपग्रेड कर रहे होंगे या करना चाहते हो. तो अब इट्स टाइम के मैं एक्सेल से गूगल शीट में जाऊं. और जब गूगल शीट में चल रहा था, दैट्स वेयर आई सॉ कि यार इट्स टाइम कि अब मैं एक SaaS प्लेटफॉर्म बना दूं जिसमें AI आ जाएगा, वॉइस नोट्स आ जाएंगे, व्हाट्सएप चैटबॉट्स इंक्लूड होंगे. तो वो मैंने खुद की जर्नी को ही इवॉल्व किया. और जो भी मैंने क्रिएट किया आज तक, वो ये क्रिएट किया कि मैं टास्क डेलीगेशन ऐप अपनी कंपनी के लिए बनाना चाहता हूँ और वो दुनिया भी खरीदेगी. सेल्स CRM अपने लिए बनाना चाहता हूँ, वो दुनिया खरीदेगी. सो दैट इज माय आंसर. इफ यू वांट टू नेल इन सेल्स, understand the customer persona so deep that you should know what they eat, what they think, what they enjoy, what they hate, what are their fears, what are their comfort zones, what are their dreams, and what are their fears. If you figure that out, तो बातों बातों में आप सेल्स कर, तो एफर्ट लगते ही नहीं.
Amazing. I really love that answer because you put yourself in the place of who you want to serve, and you ended up solving those problems one by one. And then by solving those problems, you knew the pain, you knew the desire, you knew where they wanted to go. And that has led you to just make the process so seamless that it's not like selling anymore. It's like there is a need, you know that they want it. It's just a question of putting it in front of them and making them see the value. There's absolutely no rocket science that you have to use these very complicated scripts or these very very things that a lot of people, a lot of gurus say you got to do like this or that. Keeping it very pure and simple, and I absolutely love that, Keval. It's such a fresh take. Again, very very many people somehow get a little too caught up in complication, but you kind of nailed it.
One tip which I have for all the sales, experts who are listening, one thing which I've even told my team as well, especially who are in the sales or maybe upsell customer support and all, I say whatever product or services that you're selling, use that in your own company as well. And then when you are talking to the customer, give them the use cases and examples of your own company first. So whenever my team talks to the customer, my team doesn't just talk about the testimonials and the other clients. They tell the customer कि हम भी CRM यूज, इनफैक्ट हमें यहाँ से लीड्स आती हैं और मैं इस तरीके से अपडेट कर देता हूँ और इसे मैं कन्वर्जन कर लेता हूँ, ऐसे कंपनी की सेल ग्रो हो जाती है. हमें भी हमारे बॉस डेलीगेट करते हैं, पर बिकॉज मुझे रिमाइंडर अपने आप आ जाते हैं तो मुझे इरिटेशन नहीं होती कि बार बार केवल फॉलो अप कर रहे हैं और मुझे भी अपनी रिपोर्ट पता चलती रहती है और इससे मेरी परफॉर्मेंस भी बहुत बढ़ गई, एम्प्लॉइज को भी बहुत बेनिफिट मिला. जब आप कोई चीज खुद यूज कर रहे हो और उसके एग्जाम्पल जब आप सामने वाले को दो, एक चीज जो क्लियर हो जाती है कि यार दैट इज ऑथेंटिसिटी एंड कॉन्फिडेंस इन योर ओन प्रोडक्ट कि यार हमारे लिए चल रहा है, तुम्हारे लिए भी चले. सो आई वुड से बी योर ओन टेस्टिमोनियल. दैट्स इट. अगर आप खुद को ही एक सक्सेस स्टोरी की तरफ, तो फिर सामने वाले को कोई हर्ज नहीं. यस, और भी टेस्टिमोनियल जरूरी होते हैं, इंडस्ट्री स्पेसिफिक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है, बट लीड बाय एग्जाम्पल इज व्हाट आई वुड से.
Amazing. Yeah, you're practicing what you preach. And what I really loved about it was a story, and stories sell. And the way that I know that, your process is what you also do is you give them a complete tour, a demo, you let them come in on a little bit of a trial to see how they would experience it, versus other companies out there like, no, first pay a subscription and then, you can experience it because we have to set up so many things, we have to do this, and they make the entry barrier very hard as such, right? but yours is something for everyone, whether you are a 2-man business, 5-man business, 1,000-man business. Your product is something that really is really going into the space and making a mark. So coming to the marketing part of things, right? You talked about, making sure that you have testimonials and all those things are fine. But when you're competing against like giants, for example, maybe like Basecamp or maybe like Zoho, Task, or any of those other players in the market who are into productivity and automation, like how do you like differentiate yourself or make your brand stand out when it comes to these kind of people? Because I know you have a very unique strategy and I would love for you to share that, because your business is a lot in terms of the way that I see Cable Kitchen, I see automate business, right? I see Anuba, I see automate business, and I have a thing that you're humanizing the marketing. That's what I see from behind the scenes or from a outside perspective, whereas everyone else is hiding behind these icons and flashy things and all those other stuff which is talking jargon. But I feel like your communication, and this is my feedback, is very pure, very homely, family, relatable. I'm just curious, what is the thought process behind it, or did it just happen to happen?
I think, according to me, marketing is all about story. I feel it's about experience. It's about some change in their thought process, in their behavior, in their beliefs. And I feel telling the features won't change their beliefs. And if you can't change somebody's belief, they will not buy from you. It starts from belief and then action, and then they pay, and then they get the result, and then they tell it to 10 other people. So for me, marketing is always about how can you change somebody's beliefs. And I think that's what I learned from people like Russell Brunson. I knew a lot of these things, how to market and how to kind of promote and create videos, but Expert Secret book kind of solidified that. That's where I got one thing which is very clear, that if you want to scale, you need to create a mission. You need to build a community and you need to lead with that. You just can't talk about your product. Product is the last thing that you talk about. You talk about one mission that you're carrying. You want to give freedom to people. That's what we say. We want to help people double their revenue. We want them to run their business on autopilot so that they can focus on scaling. So वो जो mission वाली चीज है, mission में आपको लोग जोड़ने हैं, आपको एक कम्युनिटी बनानी है, उसके लिए आपको फिर जो कंटेंट बनाना पड़ता है, दैट विल बी नॉट मोनोलॉग, इट विल बी डुओलॉग एज वेल, इट विल बी स्टोरी बेस्ड, इट विल बी कॉन्टेक्स्ट बेस्ड कि एम्प्लॉयर की लड़ाई हो रही है, एम्प्लॉय इंक्रीमेंट मांगने आ रहा है तो एम्प्लॉयर कह रहा है किस बेसिस पे दूं, एम्प्लॉयर की वाइफ कह रही है मुझे टाइम नहीं देते, या वाइस वर्सा, कस्टमर कंप्लेंट कर रहा है कि मेरा ऑर्डर कहाँ है, कब डिलीवर, परेशान हो रहा है। तो वो जो वीडियोस बन के आती हैं, उससे एक मिशन क्रिएट होता है कि हमें ना बिजनेस को ऑटोमेट कर। अब वो जब हमने मिशन बनाया कि ऑटोमेशन करना चाहिए, ऑटोमेशन फॉर द नेशन, उस ऑटोमेशन के हुड के अंडर हमने प्रोडक्ट्स पेश किए कि ऑटोमेशन में सेल्स ऑटोमेशन आ जाए तो सीआरएम है, मार्केटिंग ऑटोमेशन है तो व्हाट्सएप मार्केटिंग है, टीम मैनेजमेंट ऑटोमेशन है तो टास्क एलिगेशन है। तो वी सेड केयर आपको बिजनेस को ऑटोमेट करना है और उसमें डिपार्टमेंट वाइज हम आपको हेल्प कर सकते। तो वो अभी भी आई वुड नॉट से वी आर एक्सपर्ट, I would say what we can do versus what we are doing, it's only, I feel it's only 5%. We are still 95% away from what I personally can do as a marketer. But that's the irony. That's the irony of an entrepreneur. आप इतनी सारी चीजें कर रहे होते हो, and then you want to do it all. You want to give it your best. And then you need to make sure your health is good, your spouse is happy, your family is good, your team is happy. तो आई थिंक वो जर्नी है, वो चलती रहेगी। और वो 1% अ डे इंप्रूवमेंट वाली चीज जो है वो मेन है। क्या 1% अ डे आप इंप्रूव करते रहो तो आई थिंक साल के एंड में 10 गुना हो सकते हो बेटर, बट it's not easy. It's very tough if you want to scale it. And 99% people give up. But जैसे आपने बोला कि अगर आपका एक मिशन है जिससे आप दिल से कनेक्टेड हो, ये तो करना ही है, और एक डेट डिसाइड कर लिया आप, जैसे हमने बोला होगा कि 2030 तक ये अचीव, 2030 के बाद मैं देखूंगा कि मुझे क्या करना है लाइफ में। तो वो जब आपकी एक डेट के साथ, फिर आप रुकते नहीं हो, फिर आप लगे रहते हो, एंड देन यू डोंट गिव अ डैम अबाउट रिजल्ट, यू आर जस्ट वर्किंग एज अ प्रोसेस। और प्रोसेस जब आप बैक टू बैक सेम चीज दुनिया को बताते रहते हो, एंड जब आपको लगता है यार कि मैं एक चीज पिछले 2 साल से बोल रहा हूँ, उसके बाद लोग सुनना शुरू करते हैं। So that's what I learned from Russell. Care when you're tired of speaking, they start listening. So that is the crux of marketing for me. But you need to just keep repeating your message again and again from different angles. Eventually, कोई चीज पे तो कोई पहली बार सुने. That's what I tell to my customers as well. कि आपने एक लिंक्डइन पोस्ट डाला, कोई रिस्पॉन्स नहीं आया, फेसबुक पे वीडियो डाला, कोई रिस्पॉन्स नहीं आया, डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. अगर आपकी पोस्ट पे एक लाइक आ रहा है, मतलब एटलीस्ट 500 लोगों ने देखा है, और आप वही चीज 10 बार बोलोगे, तब जाके 5000 लोगों को पता चलेगा और उसमें से 50 लीड्स आपके पास आएंगे. दिस इज द गेम फॉर द पीपल who need to have a very strong heart to scale things. Really big giant global player बनना है, billion dollar company बनानी, millions of customers कर, फिर एक अलग mindset चाहिए. And I feel I'm not even at 5% of that. And as an entrepreneur, I am very desperate. I want कि जल्दी जल्दी चीजें sort हों. और उसके लिए जो मुझे लगता है कि जो चीज मिसिंग है इंडियन मार्केट में, वो है कम्युनिटी. जो बहुत बड़े लोग हैं, जो बिलियनियर्स हैं, दे डोंट हैव टाइम फॉर पीपल लाइक अस. अगर मैं आज जोमेटो के फाउंडर से आज मैं अगर बोलूं यार अनुपम मित्तल से, देयर इज नो वे आई कैन मीट देम अंटिल आई गेट लकी. बट अगर वो चीज सॉर्ट हो जाए, once a month, even if you pay, but you just kind of surround yourself with billionaires who are talking about buying a jet or going on a 2 month of holiday, acquiring a company, selling a company. एंड देन यू फील लाइक यार आपकी प्रॉब्लम तो इतनी छोटी है. बट अगर आप एवरेज लोगों के साथ रहते हो जो अभी भी रेवेन्यू पे अटके, एड कॉस्ट क्या पड़ रहा है एंड ऑल दैट, देन यू हैव लॉस्ट द गेम. सो दैट्स व्हाट आई फील.
Yeah, but I think what I really gathered from this is that just go out there, do it, showcase the pains, have, multiple relatable stories. And, also one really amazing observation is that a lot of people, they want to make sure everything has to be perfect. I have to have this TVC, which I'm going to spend crores on, which will be a 30-second ad, which will go on YouTube. And that's got to have these models and the lighting, and then they'll spend half their budget on that, all that, and then they will do like some fancy things here and there, and not actually work on the product, take that money and work on the product. And that's something which, even though I see your videos, I can see that they're very real, relatable. It doesn't have to be fancy budgets to be able to create that realness. And these real videos actually do better than the highly produced ones, which a lot of people are spending when it comes to managing the finances. This is a huge part in when you reach a certain level as the CEO, as the entrepreneur, as the founder, managing director. One point is that yes, you're responsible for, maybe you might be having people who are thinking about the product, people are thinking about the marketing, people are thinking about the sales, but the big picture, you've got that focus on. But tell me about how are you doing the finances part of things? Because at some point of time, you can be bootstrapped, or you are going to get either funding or financing, depending on how you want to scale. So what's your take on, the money management and the growth planning in terms of how entrepreneurs should budget wisely or kind of go all out? What are your thoughts?
I think this is one of the most difficult topic when it comes to entrepreneurship, and that is finance management. It's not easy because you don't know what will happen in next 3 months. You don't know whether you will have the same revenue or revenue might dip by 50%. And maybe this month you got really well. You did amazing sales. You got excited as an entrepreneur because that's what you are, right? If you're not excited, if you're not taking quick actions, if you're not taking risk, you're not an entrepreneur. But what happens in reality, that as an entrepreneur, we get so excited that we end up creating some fixed expenses in the company, hiring too many people, hiring that agency who has promised X and X ROS, buying a new office, buying some DSLR cameras and spending 5 lakhs. Still, that's one-time cost, but maybe let's say you're not hiring or outsourcing something and maybe 50,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh की आप monthly billing लगा लेते हो. Because you think जो इस month हुआ है वो next month भी हो. However, as soon as you disappear from the scene, आप कहीं travel करने गए, आप कहीं busy हो गए, and if you don't have the right systems in your business, CRM नहीं है, अगर WhatsApp marketing नहीं है, अगर content पहले ही आपने 1 महीने की वीडियोस नहीं बनाई हुई है और आपको पता है कुछ नहीं जा रहा है मार्केटिंग में, रेवेन्यू डिप हो जाता है. बट अब एक्सपेंसेस आपके बढ़ चुके हैं, रेवेन्यू डिप हो गया है, एंड नाउ यू आर वंडरिंग व्हाट टू डू. सो आई थिंक एज एन एंटरप्रेन्योर सबसे पहली चीज तो ये है कि यार एज एन एंटरप्रेन्योर एटलीस्ट 1 साल की सैलरी आपके बैंक अकाउंट में होनी चाहिए. सेकेंड चीज जो मुझे लगता है बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, वो भी आपके बैंक अकाउंट में पैसे हैं, 1 लाख है, 10 लाख है, 1 करोड़ है, 10 करोड़ है, उसको डायरेक्टली आपको फिक्स डिपॉजिट में, मैक्सिमम अमाउंट ऑफ मनी दैट यू शुड हैव इन योर बैंक अकाउंट accessible should be 1 or 2 or 3 lakh. बिकॉज जो बाकी अमाउंट है जो फिक्स डिपॉजिट में डालते हो, फ्रॉम दैट डे यू स्टार्ट अर्निंग द इंटरेस्ट. एंड आई रिमेंबर जब भी मैं अपने बिजनेस में बैंक्स में एफडीज कराता था, तो आई यूज टू डू दैट कैलकुलेशन कि यार अच्छा इससे एक साल में इतना इंटरेस्ट आ जाएगा कि मैं एक इंटर्न हायर कर सकता हूँ, और यार अब तो मैं एक सोशल मीडिया एग्जीक्यूटिव हायर कर सकता हूँ, उसकी सैलरी मुझे देनी नहीं, इंटरेस्ट से आ जाएगी. That is one basic discipline which I see is missing. People get a lot of money in their bank account, but it is lying. They're not getting their FDs done. दूसरा है इंक्रीमेंट. फाइनेंस में आपको लगता है कि यार मैं किसी को 5,000 सैलरी बढ़ा दूंगा, कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. बट वेन यू डू इट फॉर वन पर्सन who is not performing well, but still you have increased their salary because they said, please sir, अरे please कर दो सर, मैं बड़ी मेहनत कर, नंबर्स नहीं दिख रहे हैं, बट आपने कर दिया. अब वही चीज वो पूरी टीम को बताएगा कि यार मेरी 30% इंक्रीमेंट हो गया. अब बाकी भी आएंगे, सर हमने तो उससे बेटर किया है, मुझे 40 चाहिए. अब आपके पास उस टाइम पैसे हैं बिकॉज आपकी 2 मंथ सेल बड़ी अच्छी हुई है. यू कीप सेइंग यस 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 यस, और 6 महीने बाद आप देखते हो यार कि जो मेरी सैलरीज थी अब 50% बढ़ गई हैं, और
Oh
ये
my
मुझे
God.
हर मंथ देना है. यार रेवेन्यू नहीं बढ़ा 50%. That's where you lose the game. And I've heard it, I've learned it hard way. And that's the reason I always tell entrepreneurs के systems लगाओ, task delegation लगाओ, HRMS लगाओ, leave in attendance लगाओ, CRM लगाओ, और उनकी performance analyze करो, उसमें slabs बनाओ. 5% increment, 10, 15, 20. And instead of giving the increment, talk in terms of bonus and incentive. कि यार एक काम करो, आपको सैलरी इतनी मिलेगी, बट इफ यू विल डू दिस मच सेल्स यू विल गेट दिस मच ऑफ बोनस. इफ यू विल डू दिस मच ऑफ रिन्यूअल्स यू विल गेट दिस मच ऑफ कमीशन. इफ यू विल परफॉर्म एट दिस लेवल, एक छोटा सा 2-3 हजार 5,000 का एक बोनस मिल जाएगा. द मंथ दे डोंट परफॉर्म यू विल नॉट गिव इट. Secondly, you can stop it every time. You can increase it every time. But that stays variable. That is not fixed. And as employees, if something is variable, they will always give their best to get that. जैसे बोलते हैं ना कि लोगों को इंटरेस्ट ज्यादा प्यारा होता है मेन कोर अमाउंट से. अगर आप सैलरी फिक्स्ड कर दोगे और उनकी अगर स्किन इन द गेम नहीं होगी, तो जैसे ही आप ऑफिस से बाहर गए 2 हफ्ते के लिए, देयर परफॉर्मेंस विल डिप. दैट इज द मेन थिंग विच एंटरप्रेन्योर्स डोंट अंडरस्टैंड. उनको लगता है कि यार मैं ऑफिस से बाहर जाता हूँ, मेरी टीम काम ही नहीं करती. वो इसीलिए नहीं करते बिकॉज यू डोंट हैव द वेरिएबल सैलरी स्ट्रक्चर इन योर कंपनी. वो जरूरी है अगर आप अपने फाइनेंस को बेटर मैनेज करना चाहते. एंड आई थिंक थर्ड इज few things which entrepreneurs don't get the clarity is hiring the sales people. It's very important for people to build the sales team. So I think building a sales team is one of the best thing that you can do. That's what I learned from Sanjeev Bikhchandani, India's first entrepreneur, started Naukri.com, and he was a chief guest in our last year's business automation summit, which we do like 2 days of event. Entrepreneurs come and they learn AI and automation. This year it is happening on 12th and 13th of September. So I asked him, yeah, Sanjeev ji, what's the revenue of Naukri.com? He said, I don't know. I'll check with my EA. And she said, so this year it's 2,342 crore.
Oh.
And he said, Keval, just like Naukri.com, I've got at least 5 more companies running. And because we have Info Edge Ventures, we are biggest investor in Zomato. We are biggest investor in Policy Bazaar. But I don't know, kitna paisa kahan pe hai. That's where one of our student, one of our member who was attending the summit, he raised his hands. He said, sir, आपने $1 billion empire बनाया है और आपको अपने numbers ही clear नहीं है. आपको पता ही नहीं है कहाँ पे कितना रेवेन्यू आ रहा है. एंड दैट्स वेयर ही डिस्कस्ड अबाउट द स्टेजेस ऑफ एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप. पहली स्टेज होती है दैट्स कॉल्ड टेक्नीशियन, वेयर यू स्टार्ट एज अ सोलोप्रेन्योर, स्मॉल टीम, doing 5-10 lakh रुपए रेवेन्यू. सेकंड स्टेज इज मैनेजर, वेयर यू build a team and you want to scale it to 30-40 lakh rupee revenue and you kind of managing the team. Third stage is called entrepreneur, where now you put the pedal on the gas and you kind of scale it, take it to 50 lakh, 1 crore, 2 crore, 5 crore. After the entrepreneur, the next stage is called investor, where you've made so much money that now you're investing in the startups or the people that you believe. You help them in their mission genuinely, and then they give you X, 10x, X, or maybe minus X returns. Beyond investor stage, there is a stage called philanthropist. He said, I have achieved that stage now.
Wow. That's like the Bill Gates philanthropy and all those people who are like, I have so much money, I have to start giving back to society, giving back to people and helping, and money is right now is not ever going to be a problem. That's amazing. But it takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of ability to see the snakes from the grass and make those right decisions, say a lot of no's. I mean, these are things which I've heard along the ways from some really successful money managers who, at the end of the day, passion can only fuel so much and it takes you to a certain level. But I think the mission, the ability to manage your money really smartly, you've given some amazing pointers to the audience over here. So thank you so much for this value, Cable. This episode has been absolutely a masterclass in business management, in scaling businesses, in following your dreams, in being able to have that really strong mission for the people you're going to be serving. Cable Kishan is a living example of work in progress. And I say this because he says only 5%, right? Just imagine when he's at his 50%, 70%, 80%. I really admire you as a beautiful human being. Thank you so much for taking the time. So, Cable, before we end the show, usually I always do a rapid fire round with my guests. So let's shoot top 3 favorite books or movies.
So books, the one book which I loved to the core of my heart was The Goal book by Ellie Goldratt. That's where he kind of shared his pearls of wisdom and the science behind how manufacturing businesses can solve the bottleneck challenges and kind of make the organization profitable, and how they can run the entire manufacturing factory and firm without CEO's presence. That book, if you read, it will solve 90% of your business problems in your mind. Because manufacturing is one of the most complex businesses ever. And you or others being in the service or coaching, our problems are so small. So that one book changed my mindset. And that's where one of the concept was bottlenecks and theory of constraints. That's where, the book we mentioned that, there will be a lot of employees in your company which are always busy, always busy. They always have too much of work. And he said, these are the people who are bottleneck. You need to make them lighten up. You need to kind of give them space. And then that's where your inquiry to final payment collection, that gap should keep reducing day by day. Second book, which is very close to my heart, is The E-Myth. It is the book written by Michael Egerberg. That's where he says on why most small businesses don't work and what to do about it. He shares the amazing story of McDonald's, how they started with one restaurant and created the processes in such a way that opening the franchisees was not difficult for them. And there's a young entrepreneur, young lady who starts her bakery business. She starts with emotions, excitement, and vision and mission. But when she gets stuck in operations, she wonders what she have done. That's where he guides her on how the businesses should work. I think the third book I would say is the trilogy of Russell Brunson's Expert Secret, dot-com secret, and the funnel secret, things around funnel. So these 3 books, mind blowing, and everybody should read it.
Amazing. Those are really golden nuggets. And I'll be putting those books in the show notes in case you guys want to check it out. Next question. Favorite personality?
I think nowadays I'm loving Elon Musk.
Yeah,
I want
he's
to have
edgy.
that attitude because one thing I've learned is if you want to succeed, you need to have some ego. I feel the more humble you are, there are lesser chances you will succeed in life. I feel nowadays, I don't know, every 1 year, my idol changes. Last year, my idol was Narendra Modi. Last year, or for 3 straight years, my idol was Virat Kohli for his aggression and kind of making the opponent shit in their pants and kind of performing their best and consistency, like 60, 65 runs every match and nailing it. And even not having the skills of Sachin Tendulkar, but beating his records. So that is the hard work which we are talking about. That इस साल मेरा जो फेवरेट पर्सनालिटी है वो एलन मस्क. मतलब सोचो, जिन्होंने यूएस के प्रेसिडेंट बना दिया, चैलेंज कर रहे हैं कि मैं नई गवर्नमेंट बनाऊंगा. एंड डजंट गिव अ डैम टेस्ला के शेयर्स कितने गिरते हैं, कितने उठते हैं. ग्रॉक लॉन्च कर दिया, टेस्ला, SpaceX. And I know one of the incident where I got to know that he did one meeting, I think in Tesla or SpaceX, I don't know, with entire company straight 18 hours.
Wow.
18 hours तक meeting चली है. He asked everybody to came in a meeting room, gave the opportunity to everybody to speak for 5 minutes, tell him exactly what they're doing, and he gave the input to every employee of that company. So that is, I think, that required some craziness, and I don't think he's kind of sorted there. He's a little mental guy. That's why I love him, and that's what I'm saying. If you want to do something really big, you need to have some kind of things which should not be right in your brain. Thoda sa, because he's always optimistic, and I think that's one thing which I liked about Elon Musk.
Awesome. That's awesome. So, next question. Favorite quote?
This is the tricky one. However, this is coming from Bhagavad Gita. इतनी बड़ी बुक थी जो मैंने परचेज की on my birthday. That was Bhagavad Gita, and I used to have that habit of reading two pages while doing puja in the morning. Took me 1 year, 3 months to complete that book. But I feel it is great that I took that much time because then kind of absorb the entire. I think एक बार और मुझे रिवाइज करना है उसको. But उसमें 2-3 कोट्स हैं जो मतलब अलग लेवल पे जाते हैं. And one of the quote is obviously around karma, that you do the work, think of your role as a role to serve the community and the earth and the universe. And let's say if you're an entrepreneur, so have the clarity of your role, what God has given you, and then just keep doing the work. Don't worry about the results. Things will go up and down, but result फल की चिंता मत करो, कर्म करते रहो.
Because yeah, this definitely requires a part two. It's the conversation's been flowing so awesomely. Thank you so much, Cable. So tell us and tell our viewers and listeners, how can people find you, your company?
Awesome. So we have a website called automatebusiness.com. People can go there. We have an option of them attending a 90-minute webinar where they can see on how we help them double their revenue, profit, and give them freedom from operations and help them save 4 to 5 hours per day. We've got some specific tools. One tool is Sales CRM, which is a very easy to use CRM built for MSMEs. And it has second tool is task delegation, which help entrepreneurs save 4 hours per day minimum, help him or her create the recurring KRAs of the employees, and let owner run the entire team on autopilot mode and gives the real-time reporting of employees. Leave an attendance tool, which help you set up the culture and kind of bring the discipline. Fourth is WhatsApp marketing.
Fantastic. Yeah, this is definitely a tool I would recommend for any business that really wants to get rid of the headache of having to micromanage. And Cable Kitchen is solving that mission here in India and soon to conquer the world. So, Cable, for all the aspiring business owners, coaches, sales, marketing people out there listening to this, what would be your final words of wisdom for this episode?
I think one thing which I would say is don't think small. Many of us have created such a small goals in our life that we are not able to bring the best potential in our life. And I feel, when you die, you'll not take money with you. That is for sure. What you will take away with you in the next birth, the soul, is the personality that you're going to grow. And because if God has given the opportunity, if God has given you the opportunity to become an entrepreneur, so as an entrepreneur, you have got a choice. Either you can become Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Mukesh Ambani, or you could be just a loser wondering why my team is not working, why I'm not able to make profits. So if you think really big, take massive actions, take a risk, and even if you fall back, have the potential to bounce back with the right people in the life. Overall, you will be able to bring the best out of your personality. And that's what is my words of wisdom to everybody, that in life, it's not always about revenue. It's about what are you becoming, not who you are today, but what are you becoming. And that's what I've learned from Sam Owens, that the last thing we should have in your life is a fixed personality. A lot of people have that one thing in their mind is, this is how I am. I don't like mountains. I don't like beaches, or I don't like these people, or I don't do this. I am comfortable within this. That is the last thing that I recommend people to have that. As an entrepreneur, the more you put yourself out in uncomfortable situations where you're wondering, अब क्या होगा? अब मैं क्या करूंगा? ये टीममेट क्या बोल रहा है? वो क्लाइंट, वो जो एक्सपीरियंसेस हैं वो आपको स्पिरिचुअली इतने आगे ले जाएंगे. लाइफ में छोटी मोटी प्रॉब्लम्स तो आपको लगेंगी यार कि इट्स नॉट वर्थ माय टाइम. एंड द लास्ट थिंग आई वुड add here in this is कि यार talk about ideas. That's it. Don't talk about people, कौन क्या कह रहा है. Talk about ideas. एक आपका आइडिया अगर आपने दिमाग में बिठा लिया with positive attitude, with a little bit of ego, आप वो अचीव कर सकते हो. Nothing is impossible in this world.
Amazing words of wisdom. Thank you so much, Cable, for coming on to this show. This is the Killer Sales Engine podcast. My name is Om Janikram. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.